Good morning and happy Thursday. So I'm being like super crazy today. It's a busy day for me. Yesterday, the seasonal sale started, and so that gives you 20% off bundles instead of the 10% off bundles. These are all things from the annual catalog. So some questions were raised yesterday. Sorry, it's not online exclusive. Some of you have went, oh, I can finally get, this or that product from, the mini catalog or online exclusives, but the seasonal sale is annual catalog products only. So 20% off bundles instead of 10, and then the inks 10% off, cardstock 20% off, designer series paper, all those pretty things. So I had somebody this week that has said, okay, now I can finally restock my cardstock, and somebody got all the re-inkers that they needed. Somebody said, I came to Stamp Camp and I love Cajun Craze, so I need that ink pad, and so there's just a lot of fun things that we can stock up on now. So sale started yesterday, and then it goes today, and tomorrow is the last day, the 3-day sale. And I always encourage everybody to order sooner than later, because things still sell out. You think, really, would you sell out of cardstock or inks or refills? We all know that is the world we live in. So if you want to get in on the sale, sooner is better. The other thing that's crazy is I have Stamp Camp today in Fairmont. So never have I ever done a live video card for inspiration for you guys, but I have all these ideas and I want to keep showing them to everybody that can't make it to my local events in person, and so I'm going to do that today. And today was a quick card, and so I thought, you know what, I have it like packed and ready to go kind of, so I thought this is probably the best time to just not pack it any further and show it to you guys. So here is just a fun, simple card that I enjoyed putting together. So this card is actually going to be done today at Fairmont. My class is 2:30 till 7:30, and I do have 5 spots open still. So I think so. There's a couple like maybes, but so far 5 confirmed spots open. So this will be one of the cards, and I'm going to make it for you as a little bit of a sneak peek. Hi there, Pam and Sandy. I know, I don't think I've ever done a morning video that I can think of. Either that or it's been a long time. I am not a morning person. So for those of you that know me well, I've got my morning coffee here. This is my morning coffee, Diet Mountain Dew. Don't cringe. Don't knock it until you've tried it. Okay, so that's getting me going a little bit. So this beautiful paper comes from the Nest of Winter Sweet collection, and let me show you. So a while back, Stampin' Up! Had an event, and this was the featured bundle, Winterly Treetops, and it's just so pretty. So it's got all the bird images and the die cuts. Both of these things, it's so great, but I'm not using it for today's card, right? How fun is this die that you can have like the birds peeking out? You've got a nice swag. This does cut out some of the winter bird paper, and then just some like pussy willow dies, and then I love when they give us like 2 dies of the greenery so that we can cut out 2 at a time. So a beautiful bundle, but I just got stuck on the paper and didn't move any further. So yeah, you can see the pretty birds here in the paper here, and I would like to show you guys the back side. So kind of a little splattering of wintry look there. And these are so pretty, you guys. Love that. And then more of like a Christmas green there. And then these are ones that can be cut out here with the dies, or you can fussy cut. And then we've got a fun kind of geometric pattern there in Pool Party. And this one's so pretty too. Like for my card today, I was struggling between this pattern and the pattern I used, but I love the birds in there. And then just kind of that light little florally look with a few birds in there. And then the pussy willows and kind of like a green, like a birch green background there. So that is what comes in it besides what I am using. Is it besides? Oh yeah, because I haven't shown you this one. Didn't know if I had that in there. So I don't know if I have. Let me see if I have full sheets. I hope so. Maybe it's in my other pack that I still have one, because I kind of want to show you how it started. Okay, maybe it's not good that I do a live video the day. Oh, here's my full pack right in front of me. So I'm gonna see, yes, here's my full sheet of this. So what I did is cut across my 12 by 12 at the 5.5 mark and then 3-inch sections. So I got 4 and 4. So I could make 8 card fronts out of one 12 by 12 sheet by cutting it at 5.5. And then just have, then I just end up with like this little strip here as my leftovers. So that is how that comes together. Okay. So I've got that, but yeah, ask away for questions. Hi there, Linda. And so with that, the funny part is now there was sending thanks and like a friend like you brings me happiness, thinking of you always. Like I love the sentiments in here, but knowing what the people that come to Stamp Camp say and what they like for sentiments, I thought I like to get that feedback, bring you cards that you actually want to make. And they said, can we just do some more, like throw in some more birthday cards? So today, instead of using some of the sentiments that go along with this suite, I pulled out of all sets, and you might giggle at this, Adventurous Sky. So that has a nice happy birthday. I wanted kind of a little happy birthday that I could cut out with the Unbounded Love dies, and that has a cute little like notched tag look there. So I wanted a smaller birthday because the paper is so pretty and I didn't want to cover that up. And so then the inside says flying by to say hi, which goes with the airplanes. But if you're going to have birds on here, like I thought that went together. So I asked my husband last night when I was designing this, is that too cheesy? Did I like show my weirdness too much there? And he said, no, I like that. So, so that is how that goes. And I'm going to show, like the sample here to you, but the one I'm going to make, I'm going to change up the color a little bit just so you can see how much of a difference it makes just pulling some different inks in. And I like to show you different things when I can. So the paper's from the mini catalog. Like I said, there's that super sale going on right now from the annual catalog. Just about everything, it seems like, is on sale in there. But this is not, because it's from the mini. Oh, and because I was kind of packed up to go to my class, a lot of you say, even as demonstrators, I know there's fellow peer demonstrators that follow me also, and they're like, how do you organize your classes and such? So everything to make this card, basically, I have this clamshell case, and my dear crafty friend Nancy had a bunch of these that she was selling, and I hopped on it, not even knowing what I would use it for, but it holds all my ink pads and then all my stamps that I would need for project, any of the embellishments and adhesives that I would need, and such. And I even can fit my re-inker in there just in case I'm away from home and an ink pad just seems like it's not happy for the project. So that all fits in there. I have a different spot for my how do I want to say, my cardstock. So I cut that, and that's different. So anyway, so that's how I bring it, and so then I can go to the table and then set up things. So that's how that works, in case you're wondering the behind the scenes. I think there's a lot of things that are behind the scenes, and then I've got my packing note here that I just write everything down, broken by stamps, cardstock, ink, accessories like that too, to help me pack. I'm very old school with pen and paper, believe me. So that's how that goes. So to start my project, this is another thing that I was kind of like, I found interesting, the color combination here. Let's see. Okay, so she, Linda, thank you so much. My card stamping granny said, I like how you put that together. Okay, this like kind of floored me. I never thought I would put that newer in color copper clay with gray granite, because to me, these are the gold tones kind of, and these are the silver tones, and like you usually don't mix them and they don't look well, but they're both kind of earthy tones, and I love how this paper brings that all together. So that was really fun. So let me just take and give this a good crease here. And this is gray granite. So that will be opening this way, like so. And then these, before I do anything with these, because it is going to be very simple to assemble, I pulled out this embossing folder the Snowflake Sky 3D embossing folder. All right, so, and then this is the other thing. So the people that I'll get to see here shortly, it'll be a quick, like, post my video, get packing and get over to Fairmont, but they will have this step done ahead of time. So I lay this pretty designer series paper in my 3D embossing folder. So that means I'm just using the chunky pad here, and then that gray like adapter pad there. And when this one goes through, you hardly feel it because the designer series paper is a thinner weight than our cardstock. But look at that. Hopefully the light, I'll get the light on there. So now we've got kind of a wintry look and a wintry feel, if you can see the snowflakes on there. And I'm going to do that same thing with the copper clay piece. So the copper clay piece I cut 3.75 by 5.5, and gotta get all the all my platforms on there. So that's the measurements for that. So the pretty paper is 3 by 5.5, and then let me just double check this. I better double check. You know, you guys are so good at writing it down as I go along. Yes, 5.5, 3.75 for the copper clay. Okay, so I've got that, and then I'm just going to stick this off to the side because I'm going to need it. So now I can kind of start my assembly a little bit. Let me get some adhesive and get that going across there. And then I can put that on my card base. It's going to be a little off-centered here. I want it to have a little less of my gray granite showing here and a little bit more over here, and it kind of just helps offset the sentiment too. And then I'm going to put adhesive now on that pretty Nest of Winter. Every once in a while, if I emboss things, my adhesive will stick a little bit, so sometimes I just need either a heavier hand or a lighter hand, and just kind of, I need to go slower, that's for sure too. But isn't this just pretty when that comes together? I love it. Love it, love it. Hi there, Ruth. Good to have you on here this morning. And Tabitha, yeah, I didn't know, since I'm not a morning person and usually don't do my lives, I thought I could have either nobody show up because they're like, yep, Belle would never do that, or just different people showing up. So that's good. So now for the sentiment on my sample, I did blueberry bushel to kind of make the blue in the birds pop. And so for this one, there's no blue on any of these birds. So I'm going to pull out the copper clay. I'm still on the fence. I'm going to bring both of these and see how my people behave today. Isn't that terrible? No, it's not like they're little kids, and I love you guys dearly, and I know you guys know that. But like, can I trust that if I give you 2 ink pads to choose, that you would clean off your stamps? And I'm guilty for this because I always say you don't have to clean your stamps when you're done, because the next person's going to come along and use that same ink. You don't have to close your ink pads because then you might risk getting your fingers inky. So I'm really pretty casual about letting the people kind of, you know, have at it and do their own thing, I think, because I've had several people also say, I can't believe you just like let us use all of your stuff and you don't have a heart attack how it looks at the end of the day. Well, yeah. All right, so just on a strip of paper here, and that's about a 1-inch strip, I stamped out in copper clay then the happy birthday from that Adventurous Sky stamp set. And now this, like I said, I'm using my magnetic plate because I love it. But on the smaller die, sometimes it wants to just jump a little bit or move, and I'm trying to frame that. So people today will stamp it and then they will cut it out themselves, or I'll be there to help them do that. So we got that. All right, so that pops out of there like so. So we've got the happy birthday. Like I said, I liked the skinny little greeting because it was being able to show off the pretty paper still. Okay, here's my dimensionals. I'm like, okay, so I'm going to take here. I just grabbed this. I had stamp camp here in my home this week too, so it's a busy time for me. And where's my scissors? Okay, let's see, I need, and I don't even pack those. I leave those home, but I was like, what did I do last night that I would have left my scissors somewhere? Here, I'll grab a different one. And the reason why I panicked a little bit is because I can see, oh, here they are. They were underneath my sample card. The ones I could see were my ribbon cutting scissors, and I didn't want to cut into anything else besides ribbon with those. Okay, it was underneath my card, you guys. All right, so I'm just going to grab a little bit. I grabbed this off a table from Stamp Camp, so my people were so good to literally like use everything up, and I appreciate that. Sometimes I'll see like pieces of this like in my trashes at the end of the night. There was a lot of goofy stuff in my trash after Tuesday night. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of like interesting. And I'm glad I looked through it because like the feet, like I have these little stands that I put my cards on, and there was like the foot protector so it doesn't scratch my table in the trash. And it's like, I don't know how it fell off. But some people might know that I go through my trash, so I find all those little pieces. So maybe they did it so it wouldn't get lost too. Anyway, so that's like my little side note. So I've got my adhesive going all the way across there pretty much. And then what I'm going to do next is this pretty Baker's Twine. It's the Natural Tones, actually linen thread, not Baker's Twine. Natural Tones linen thread here. And it comes in the darker blues and greens and then this coppery color. So I'm just going to kind of take this with my fingers here and just go like that a couple times. Just make 2 loops, and then I'm going to cut it. And then when I just shift it a little bit and pull the 1 loop down, this goes up. So it's going to kind of look like I have a bow without tying a thing. Isn't that great? So now that I can just connect underneath my happy birthday, and it's going to stick there. And like I said, no tying at all. Not that it's really going to look so much like a knot, but I kind of want to move it a little bit so that it's out of the way from that bird. So that's the other beauty, is you can, as you're putting it down, just kind of put it off to the side, and it's still going to stick into that dimensional adhesive there. So very pretty that way. And like I said, look how different, like the 2 cards, the blue, you can tell really like coordinates with the birds there. And I love how the subtleness of the copper clay ink with the birds that are more of the brown tones. You guys know me, I love blue. And it would be hard to pick because I also love earth tones too. So the other thing that I'm going to do next is accessorize. And so I've got my 2023 through 2025 in color opaque sparkle dots. And so last year's new in colors, all 5 of these colors are on here. And so I'm going to pick the one that looks like copper clay. And today, if people say, you know what, I want some blue sparkles to go with my bluebirds, that's okay. Or if you want the pebbled path color, because that's going to match up a little bit more with the gray granite color, that's okay too. But I'm going to stick with what I did here. And I'm just going to put like 1 sparkle there and a couple up here. So there too, you can kind of play around with your card a little bit. Like here I put 2 down there and 1 up here, and I kind of just did the opposite there based on the paper layout. And because everybody's getting kind of a different chunk of the 12 by 12, each card might look a little different, or maybe you might want to move your sentiment over here instead too. And so that gives you freedom and an option to do that. And now for the inside, that's where my kind of play on words came from, that Adventurous Sky with the plain airplane bundle. I pulled out the sentiment flying by to say hi because it goes with the bird. So stamped that out in that copper clay ink. And I can put that inside here. But yeah, I just really love this copper clay look with the gray granite there too. So really fun. So it gives you a couple inspirations there. And so if you have kind of every once in a while, Stampin' Up! Will have these designer series paper 12 by 12 packs where you kind of have pattern layouts like that. And I love cutting them down a little bit smaller and doing a little bit more, but keeping it really simple. So thanks. So yeah, and like Ruth said, simple but very nice. And that was my whole goal today, because my telescope. I just need to have I have a new camera set up, and I'm just like afraid to try something new and get it out of the box, but I need to do that when I get time. All right, so yeah, today's busy day, so I'll be in Fairmont for stamp camp, and then again in Medelia on Monday, and there's still some spots open for that class. And next weekend I will be in Okoboji for a 4-day retreat down there as a vendor, and I'll be crafting away too. So even if you didn't sign up, you can check in and see if there's still spots. I know it's getting full, and if not, and you just want to stop by in the area, I'll be there with my little pop-up. I'm bringing tons of kits, so for those of you that just want to take all the preparedness out of your crafting experience, the kits are great, and they have been selling like hotcakes for me. I'm always surprised because I always feel like my truly crafty people who like to do all their crafting and come up with it on their own, those are the people that come to my classes. So it always surprises me when they buy the kits too. So the kits are getting better and better, though we do admit that they're just so fun to put together. And yes, Diane, I can't wait to see you in Okoboji too. Like just seeing that like makes my day. So yeah, so that's all I have for now. And like I said, I'm going to try and upload this as I get a chance, but really focus on packing so I get out the door on time today. So have a great day. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.